Hello, everybody. What's going on? This is Andrew, and today I'm back with another Strixhaven draft. Here on Firewood Gaming, we're just going to jump right on in. I've been having a lot of fun trying to figure out this draft format. So far, what I've learned is that I don't really like Silver Quill. Everything else seems great. We don't need to look at most of this pack. We're just going to take the only good black card in the pack. We're going to take Beladros Witherbloom. 7 mana 4/4 flyer, kind of expensive. But at the beginning of each upkeep, you create a 1/1 pest. And you can pay 10 life to untap all your lands. So not only is this just a powerful card that makes a pest every turn, and a 4/4 flyer will win you the game eventually, you can pay 10 life to untap all your lands. So, this is good with the life gain theme that the green-black deck has. This is also good if you end up splashing blue, which I found is pretty easy to do, and you end up wanting to have like a counterspell or something. Kelpie Guide and Mentor's Guidance are both good cards. I'm sad to pass them. Snakeskin Veil is a sweet card that I'd play alongside a powerful card like this, and Biograph is good too, but we're just going to take the Mythic here and see what we can do with it. I'm happy to play this as a splash in a Quandrix deck or as a main deckable card, like just the top end in my Witherbloom deck. So we'll see where we end up. Rushed Rebirth is rare here. 2 mana instant in black and green. Choose target creature. When that creature dies this turn, search your library for a creature with lesser mana value, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. This card's really hard to set up, but it's powerful when you do. I don't think I'm going to be taking it. There's a Cultivate. I think this is probably the pick. Pest Summoning, Spectre of the Fens, Witherbloom Campus are all options. If I hadn't started with a black-green card, I would consider Creative Outburst here. This card's really powerful, but it's super not the right colors for me, and Cultivate's a really powerful card if I want to be green-blue splashing Witherbloom or green-black splashing some blue cards. So I'm happy to take the cultivate here. Maybe wheeling either of these is going to be tough, but if I can wheel either of them, I'd be pretty happy. Second cultivate. This is a powerful effect. Quandrix Apprentice is also pretty good. 2 mana 2/2 Magecraft. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You can grab a land from among them and put it into your hand. Karok Wrangler can also kind of get out of control. 5 mana 3/3 Magecraft. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I'm really not sure which way to go here. Cultivate's a really powerful effect. It ramps you from 3 to 4 and guarantees you have your 5th land drop. I think I'm just going to take the second Cultivate. Having lots of lands I've found to be pretty important in this format. There's a lot of things to do with your stuff, with your lands later on in the game. So here we've got Umbral Juke. 3 mana instant. Target player sacrifices a creature, or you make a 2/1. We've also got Burying Books, which is a decent card. Reject, which I found is fine, but like I said, lots of decks end up playing to the late game, so this falls off pretty quick. Oh, there's also Mage Duel, which I didn't see when I looked at the pack at first. I think I'll take the Mage Duel here. It kind of keeps cutting green. Yeah, this is the only green card in the pack. I'll cut green and see if blue or black is more open later on. Memory Lapse is a powerful card. Devouring Tendrils, though, is going to be my pick, I think. A target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. When that thing dies this turn, you gain 2 life. Rip Apart's obviously an amazing card. And then the land is good too, but I'm going to take the on-color removal spell. So we're taking a bunch of spells, but this is just going to make it easy to pick up creatures later on. Alright, so here what do we do? Heated debate. 3 mana instant, can't be countered, deal 4 to target creature or planeswalker. Obviously a powerful card. Not a color that pairs well with green in this format. Bayou Groff, 2 mana 5/4, that's either a 5-drop or you have to sacrifice a creature. I've liked Bayou Groff if I can get enough pests and or unwilling ingredients. There's also Mentor's Guidance, which is a good card. I think I'm just going to take the Bayou Groff. It cuts green, which can be nice. Not a lot here for me. Symmetry Sage I don't think is worth trying to enable. Mascot Interception is not where we're going to be. These black cards are just okay. I mean, Crushing Disappointment's fine. Each player loses 2 life, you draw 2 cards. Infused with Vitality says whenever pick a creature, if it would die this turn, return it to the battlefield, and I gain 2 life. It's kind of tough to set up. There's also a 3 mana 3/2. I guess I'll just take Crushing Disappointment. I don't know. I'm not in love with any of those options. And so now here I can decide between either Barog Befuddler, Waterfall Aerialist, or Spectre of the Fens. I don't love any of these cards. I guess the Aerialist is the most powerful. It's so close. I don't know. It's a late Mentor's Guidance. Maybe that means that blue is open. There's also a Bayou Groff, and I need some creatures. Do I take the Groff, or do I take the Mentor's Guidance here? Not sure. I think I'll take Mentor's Guidance. Alright, the Witherbloom Campus Wield, so I'll just grab that for now. Another Waterfall Aerialist, okay. Ooh, the Burying Books Wield. This card's good. Memory Lapse is also good. It counters any spell. It puts it back on top of their deck, but it just counters the spell, straight up. Okay. This is a good start. We'll see if blue's open the other way. That Memory Lapse Wheeling, I feel like is a good sign for me. Might not be playing this Bayou Groff. We'll see. This is a good start. We need some cheap creatures. And really we just need creatures. We've got all the spells we need, kind of. Alright, what do we got? Basic Conjuration is not it. It's a lesson. Look at the top 6, reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order, and you gain 3 life. It's not really where we want to be. Verdant Mastery is also not that great. It's 6 mana for a double Cultivate, basically, which is just way too expensive. That being said, I don't know what we're taking instead. Explosive Welcome's a good card, but I don't know if I want to play it or not. Curate's okay. Witherbloom Pledge Mage is just like a 5 mana 5/5, which is fine. Amplimancer is a 2 mana 2/2, which is fine. I guess I'll take the 5 mana 5/5. I don't know. That pack was not very good. So here we've got Flunk, which I think is the pick. Vanishing Verse is probably not all that great. Oh, so there's Flunk. There's also Frost Trickster. I think I gotta take the Frost Trickster. Flunk says target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is 7 minus the number of cards in that creature's controller's hand. Kind of a mouthful, but it basically kills something if you play it early or kills something if you play it late. Go Blink is the Mind Rot. I'm not really into this. Frost Trickster is really good though. It's a 3-mana 2/2 flyer that taps down a creature for a turn, so it's Frost Lynx that flies. Definitely a very powerful card. Since it looks like I'm going to be blue as my secondary color, I'm into taking Frost Trickster. This card's insane. I can't take it, but this card's very good. Somebody's going to be very happy. Damogoth Woe Eater is probably my pick here. Yeah, there's nothing else I really want. 4 mana 7/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, sack a creature. And if I ever have to sack this thing, I draw a card, they discard a card, and I gain 2 life. Kind of does it all, and it's going to be easy enough to splash off of Double Cultivate and the Witherbloom Campus. Nothing else here that I'm super interested in. I've liked Snow Day in my decks quite a bit. Professor of Zoomancy is good too, and I don't know that I'd play Inkling Summoning. I probably would. So it's between Professor and Snow Day, I think. Oh, I didn't even see the Mage Hunter's Onslaught here too. I don't think that's my pick. Professor or Snow Day? I'm going to take the Professor. Just playing to the board and having another slightly cheaper play is probably going to be beneficial for me. Here, I like either picking up the Quandrix Pledge Mage or the land. But honestly, with the Double Cultivate and the Witherbloom Campus and a single swamp, I'm feeling pretty good about the splash that I've got going on for now. Don't really need the Blood Researcher. I'll just take the Quandrix Pledge Mage, I think. I've got plenty of spells to start making her get big. Yeah. Ooh, Approach of the Second Sun. There's no way I can do this, right? Right? Somebody talk me out of it. Approach of the Second Sun can be so cool. You know, I'm going to take this card. I'm not passing up a lot by taking that. Oh, Doomblade's? It's just here? Okay, I'll take Doomblade. Negate, Closing Statement. I just want some more dual lands. And some more card draw spells. Do I dare take the Closing Statement? That's going to be tough to cast. I'm not playing Negate, so sure. I'm surprised that Explosive Welcome's still here. I'll take the Soothsayer add up now. It's a good body to block early, and it'll help me not just lose. I would take the Pledge Mage. I'd like to be able to take the Pledge Mage, but the mana is going to be too tough to cast consistently. I don't really want any of these cards. Don't really want any of these cards either. I guess I'll take the Lesson. Yeah, I'm not playing any of these. And probably not playing Strategic Planning. Okay, so what do I want? I want some more dual lands, for sure. I'm going to prioritize those above basically anything. I might just end up playing this 3-mana 2/4. We'll see. I've got a couple good removal spells. I've got the Mage Duel. I've got the Devouring Tendrils, the Doomblade, Memory Lapse. I just need some stuff to do with them. No land in this pack, kind of sucks. Strict Proctor, not gonna make my deck. It's probably Frost Trickster here. It's either this or the Hunt for Specimens. Both are pretty good. I don't have anything great to learn for right now, though. And black is going to be a splash color, so it's probably Frost Trickster. These are great. They slow the game down. They chip in for damage. They kind of do everything I want them to do. I'd play the Whirlwind Denial, but I'll take the Frost Trickster. Playing to the board's just a lot more important. The Biograph not looking like it's getting there. I mean, it could just be a 5-mana play. This is looking fun. I want to pick up some dual lands, like I said. But if I can do that, I'm feeling pretty good about things. And now I really want like a Snow Day. Snow Day would be good just to help dig for Approach of the Second Sun. We're doing it. We're doing something. Mascot Exhibition? This card's insane. Why is this card still in the pack? It's gonna be the pick. I'm only worried because we don't have... Do we have any learn cards yet? No. So we need to find a good learn card, but Mascot Exhibition's just really good. It makes 3 things. It makes, what, 9 power across 3 bodies? It's really powerful. Quandrix Cultivator is an awesome pickup. I'd play Agonizing Remorse probably, but Quandrix Cultivator is going to be really good for me. Doesn't learn, but ramps me up to these good spells later on. I've been very happy with Quandrix Cultivator in all the games I played with it. Needlethorn Drake would be a great card to wheel, but I'll take the Cultivator. No land here. But you know what I see that I like? I like Field Trip a lot. It's another ramp spell, but importantly, this one learns. So this one can go get my Mascot Exhibition. So I'll take Field Trip. Look to... If I could wheel this Bury in Books again, that would be great. I really feel sad for Master Symmetrist. It does not get the love it deserves. This card's really good. People should play this card more. Flyers are really good in this format. This is a 4/4 reach. Not much more to say about it. I think this card's really good. So let's see. I don't need to play this anymore. Not the land I wanted for Christmas. I don't think I'm playing any of these cards. So I think I'll just take the Elemental Summoning for the sideboard. Too bad that wasn't a land I wanted. Good land? Kind of. But there's also a pop quiz. Do I take the 5-color land or the learn spell? I feel like now that I have a really good card to go get out of the sideboard, I have to prioritize pop quiz. And now... what? Might take the Rise of Extus. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what else I'm taking from this pack. Environmental Sciences? Okay. Okay, we've got something going on here. I'm happy to take the Opt. Opt is going to help a lot, I think. Not playing any of these cards. I'm probably not playing Adventurous Impulse, but I'll take it. It's not the right color campus. Darn it. I'll take a Biograph, but I don't think I'm playing it. Okay. Okay. Well, this this draft deck. Okay. Well, we're at 13 creatures, 14 non-creatures. What are we doing? What are we doing? I feel like I probably need to cut like the Damogoth Woe Eater. I guess this is like good on defense too, or it's fine on defense. It comes down, sits here for a turn, and then replaces itself and makes them discard a card. It's fine. If anything, the waterfall aerialists are probably not what I want. They're kind of expensive and fit in kind of an awkward spot on my curve. Now I've only got 11 creatures, but got some pretty good creatures. Mentor's Guidance. Is it going to have enough things? It triggers off Druid, so it's going to trigger off all those. Yeah, that's probably fine. And Warlocks, okay. Keeping all these cards for sure. I would have loved to pick up like a Bookworm. That would have been fun. Let me see. So in terms of lessons to go learn, I obviously have the Mascot Exhibition. I've also got Environmental Sciences and Elemental Summoning. And then Reduced to Memory, which I will probably never get. But I guess it's good to know that it's an option. Actually, I'm only going to play with one Plains in my deck probably, so it's probably not an option. What am I cutting? I really don't know what I'm cutting here. Might be the Biograph and like I don't even know. I want all of these cards. Like the closing statement might be a little too awkward. Closing statement's powerful but awkward. But splashing it's pretty easy. I'm probably only playing one plains and playing another forest, probably. Yeah, so I've got 6, 7 green sources. 5, 6, 7 blue sources. 4, 5, 6, 7 black sources. Yeah, that seems fine. It might be the Mentor's Guidance that gets cut, actually. You know, I probably should cut, like, the Approach of the Second Sun or something, but that's not what we're doing here. Like, we did not come here to not play Approach of the Second Sun. We've got, like, beefy creatures. We've got ways to stall the game out. Okay. Shoot. May just have to be this Mentor's Guidance. You know what? It's going to be Pop Quiz, actually. So here's the thing. I have the Rise of Exodus now as another better learn spell. So I've got Rise of Exodus and Field Trip to be my learn spells. And then the Mentor's Guidance to help me get to my Approach of the Second Sun. Yeah, that seems good. That seems better. Or better, in quotes, I suppose. Obviously... Let's just tell them what we are. We have Witherbloom, so we will be the Witherbloom deck. Yeah, let's give this a shot. This is gonna be kind of crazy, but I think in this draft format you can afford to go kind of crazy. The aggro deck's not all that great, and we have some good ways to catch back up if the aggro deck gets out ahead. So let's see how this goes. I'll meet you a little bit later for the game. So I was going to wait and just play all the games with whatever deck I drafted tomorrow because it's getting kind of late. But I can't not play at least one with this deck before bed tonight. So I'm going to do one and leave the rest for tomorrow. Drink some water. Let's go. Oh, we're playing against Professor Onyx. Cool. Do we keep this hand? Probably. See, never didn't have an early play. We're fine. We're fine. We might get run over. Am I keeping this on top? No, I have a 4-drop already. There we go. Another one. Cool. Just gonna be over here playing my spells. Don't mind me. Or I guess I should say, I'm just going to be over here not playing my spells. So now I need to go Island, play Cultivator, take action, go get a Forest. Ooh, they had nothing? Okay, so I'll go Master Symmetrist and pass. Hold up Doomblade. Waterfall Aerialist, sure. And they have nothing else. Cool, so I could just get to chill. And get down Pledge Mage too. Sweet. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna Doomblade the Pillar Drop Warden at some point. It's just stopping all my attacks right now, and if I can Doomblade that and untap, I'm in a really good spot. Oh shoot. That's really good, huh? Yep. So now I think I'll Doomblade a Prismari Apprentice, just to keep my life total a little higher. Of course. I'll slow roll the Cultivate, I think. I think I can afford to. Now the question is, do I Devouring Tendrils to kill the Prismari Apprentice? Or maybe I shoot the Pillar Drop Warden and get in? It's kind of aggro. Shoot this. I go to 10, I go to 12. And get in for 8. Then they attack me back for... Yeah, I just don't know if I can reasonably do that. The issue is this can just rebuy Burying Books next turn. I'm kind of in a similar predicament. So yeah, I think I kind of am priced into having that kill that. And that gets to rebuy that anyways. Yeah. Okay, okay. We've got a game here. Master Symmetrist. Cultivate. Trigger Magecraft. Could get a Plains. And... But an island probably? Yeah. Swing for 5. We're gonna go up to 17 here. Did you just get to Burying Books the Symmetrist again, though? Put me down to 10, yep. So let's see, if I all attack, they probably, or they definitely just block this, so attacking doesn't make any sense. Just smash for 5. Oh, they're blocking now? That's good for me. Oh, do they have the counter target spell thing? Nope. Okay. They have a lot of flyers, don't they? Master Symmetrist is not going to be able to get me out of it. It could have. Right? It could have blocked their 4. I would have taken 3. Five. Mage Duel doesn't do it. Yeah. Shoot. I got by flyers.deck. Yeah, if they only had one fewer aerialist, or maybe I was supposed to use my removal spell on the aerialist. I would have had a different issue, but it's kind of a similar issue. Maybe. I guess my apprentice could hold off the 4/4. I don't know. It was a close game. Okay, now I'm actually going to go to bed. I'll play the rest of the games with this deck tomorrow. So, for you, it'll be 2 seconds. For me, I'll be back tomorrow. All right, we are back. And we're going to play out the rest of the games with this sweet draft deck. Last night's game did not go particularly well. I got beat down by some flyers. I think flyers are really good in this format, and it's important to have answers to flyers. I think I misplayed by not destroying one of the flyers when I had the chance, but I thought that my 4/4 reach would be able to stave off the flyers, but he didn't. This hand looks great. Cultivate to find the white source, Frost Trickster to lock down our opponent's creatures. Hello. Second Frost Trickster is fine. I think I'll plan on just cultivating next turn. Unless, yeah, that's fine. I'll take a hit for 3 to develop my mana. So I'm definitely going to get plains. I have second blue already. So I think I'll grab second green here. Alright, I'll definitely play a Frost Trickster this turn. Ooh, Approach of the Second Sun. Nice. Yeah. I'll play a Frost Trickster, lock down the 4/3. Okay, Professor. They get to learn something. What are they learning about? Oh, I played the wrong land. I was planning on opting this turn. Oh well. Oops. My plan was to opt it at end step, but maybe it's better to keep the opt until after I approach anyways. They'll be able to hit me for 3 again. That's fine. I'll just say no blocks. Here I get to Frost Trickster plus Closing Statement. So Frost Trickster lock down the effigy for 1 more turn. And then Closing Statement on my end step. To blow up the 3/3. If that's the case, I can attack for 2 here. Set a stop on my end step. Go to end. Closing Statement. I guess I did this backwards. I should have... Oops. Yeah, I'll still blow up the 3/3. This works out just fine. This can still trade for this eventually. And now I've got 5 powers of flyers with an Approach of the Second Sun coming soon. Okay. It's a pretty good draw for our opponent there. Found a Mentor's Guidance, which is nice. I'm going to use that to dig for Approach, though. So I think what I'll do is Field Trip. Yeah, Field Trip first. Go get a forest. Oh, I have Mascot Exhibition. That's right. Take Mascot Exhibition. Now I'll cultivate. Go get black and blue. Put black onto the battlefield. Play my island for the turn. And now I'll just say no attacks. because I want to line up some blocks with my Frost Tricksters here. Yeah, I'll block with the 3/3. Sounds good. Now, am I opting here? That's the question. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 mana. I think approach is my win condition, so I think I'm gonna not opt. And this turn I go Mascot Exhibition plus this guy to kind of lock down the board, and then next turn I approach, gain 7, and then start digging for it. This should work out. With the cards in my hand plus the Soothsayer Adept, I'll be able to dig for approach pretty quick. Boop. No attacks. So then approach is back in my deck. This many cards down. I'll get to opt. Bottom a card, draw a card, Mentor's Guidance a couple times. Depending on if I find a land, can I win next turn? Bottom this, draw this, scry that to the bottom, draw, scry that, draw. Not quite next turn. Close. This draw went kind of perfectly, honestly. There's not too much my opponent can do here. I've got everything pretty locked up. Wither Bloom. Actually, does getting the mana from Wither Bloom help me do anything? No, I think I've got a bottom Wither Bloom. Start with a Mentor's Guidance, copy it, scry to the bottom, draw a card, scry to the bottom, draw a card, land approach, win the game. Sweet. Check that one off the off the to-do list in this format. Win a game with Approach of the Second Sun. That was awesome. Let's keep rolling. This seems awkward, but with the Cultivate, it kind of fixes all my problems. So I'm gonna keep. Yeah. Especially being, if I was on the draw this game, I think I'd mulligan. Because I end up a little too far behind if I have to take my third turn after they've had their third turn off. But since I went first this game, I think cultivating on the play is a totally reasonable way to spend our third turn. And we've got the combo here too, so just need to make land drops, use the Frost Tricksters to slow things down. Oh, look at that. We found an island anyways. I'm still going to cultivate here. I'll go get blue-white with the cultivate. There we go. Okay, cool. That's a good target for the Frost Trickster to lock down. And then we've got this Rise of Exodus to deal with something and go get our Mascot Exhibition. Just another hunt for specimens, huh? I really want to fire off this Rite of Exodus, but I don't think it's worth it, given what they've got on the board right now. Yeah, I guess I'll just play the 1/3 and pass. I'm not under enough pressure to fire this off right now. They go get a swamp. Play their swamp. it for 3, that's fine. And then an Arrogant Poet, sure. Am I cultivating before I approach? I don't think so. I think I'll just approach right now. Just not cast this cultivate. And I don't want to say the game's like locked up at this point, but it's pretty locked up. Mentor's Guidance gets to dig us 4 cards. So... yeah, they realize they need to race now. Yeah, they got in for a lot of damage there. Let's see. Am I Mentor's Guidancing this turn, or am I Rite of Ecstasy? I think I can Mentor's Guidance and find something else to do with my mana this turn. I think I bottom that. Draw. There we go. So if I need to, I can bury in books. Otherwise, I can just like loot with Soothsayer Adept and win next turn. Yeah, Mentor's Guidance plus Approach to the Second Sun. It's how you win. Eliminate my guy. Can they deal 16 to me this turn? Probably not. They tried. But we'll get the second approach win. Awesome. 2-1 with this deck. Both wins coming off of Approach of the Second Sun. Sweet. Sweet. I don't think we can keep this one. No. This one, though. We'll keep this one for sure. I'll put an island back, I think. And I will opt on one here. We don't have the approach, no reason to hold on. Ooh. Unwilling ingredient, very good. Even want Mage Duel? I guess it's one of the better cards in my deck, so I should just keep it. Even if it's not something I want right away. Well, there we go. The Pledge Mage is going to be nice to go with the Mage Duel. Cultivate. We're going to get black-green here, because we just drew that island. Nice. Opponent looking at our lands like, what's going on here? Okay. So... let's see, we'll go Pledge Mage here. And cross our fingers that they don't have a removal spell. The fact that they didn't just play Swamp really fast makes me think that they don't have a removal spell, which would be amazing. Oh, they have Leon and Light Scribe? This card's really good. Getting Voice is a nice card too. Okay. None of their stuff is bigger than my stuff yet. Yeah, that was a good hit. Ooh, we found Closing Statement too. Okay. So expanded anatomy is gonna be tough to deal with. I feel like I need to play the Pledge Mage this turn to get it going. And then I'm Mage Dueling something. Probably Mage Dueling the Light Scribe. And then next turn I'll Closing Statement whatever they pump up with Expanded Anatomy. Mage Duel, that fights that. Gotta say no attacks here. Next turn I get to cast both of these cards, which is pretty good. Makes this a 5/5. Are they gonna make the frog big? It's gotta go on either the frog or the flyer, I think. Ooh, they've got Closing Statement. Okay. 3, 6, 7. I gotta say no blocks. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I think I've just gotta pass here. And line up blocks that don't leave me dead. Oh, they can just do this on the 3/4 maybe? Yeah, that's fine. Fine in quotation marks. Yep. Go to blocks. Block the thing I can block. Shoot the flyer, I think. It's gonna be easier to block the 3/3 if I find a creature than it would be to block the flyer, I think. Lots of cards get me out of it. Basic land's not one of them. And we'll go to the next game. Too bad. Lean in Light Scribe was there. Was tough to deal with there. They punched through a lot of damage. Double Cultivate against an aggressive draw. Not really where you want to be. That's fine. I think there are more... ooh, this hand's great. There are more slow decks than fast decks in this format, I think. So keeping a hand like that is something I would do again. Memory Lapse. Oh, just drawing all my lands. Perfect. Cultivate, getting blue and black here. Since I drew the planes. Oh no, our opponent missed land drops? They have to discard? I'm just gonna chill. I don't need to run out Frost Trickster. Just don't need to. Oh no, opponent. I could opt here to see if I find something to play. Just more lands. Poor opponent. Here's Witherbloom. We've got Memory Lapse to protect him too. Well, that game kind of sucked, but at least we got to cast Witherbloom. Alright, do we have 2 more wins with this deck? We could. I think this deck goes over the top of a lot of decks that aren't aggressive enough. So as long as we don't get super run over, I think we're in an okay spot. And we've got like, we have Doomblade, don't we? Like we've just never drawn Doomblade. And the 2 Frost Tricksters help a lot too. I will say, this is one of the sweeter decks that I've drafted in a long time. This is awesome. This is awesome, but you get hands like this that you just can't keep. But then you get perfect hands just like this. Put the Woe Eater back. I think. It's gotta be, right? Yeah. I don't want it to be. But I think we gotta keep these. And then we get to Cultivate on curve. And then Cultivator on curve. Okay. Gonna get black and what? Either green or blue. Probably green this time. How many games have we ended up with all 4 basic types on turn 3 after we cultivate? Like a bunch. Ooh, this card's terrifying. This lets you recast pump spells for free. Pretty powerful effect. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna cultivate again here. So if I cultivate Tor, I end up with 2 mana untapped, but if I cultivate, it just gives me a lot more mana for the following turn. Yeah, I like this. I'll have 7 mana on turn 5, and then if I play this, I'll go up to 8 mana. Yeah, that'll be good. So it's green, green, blue, black, Cultivator. Go search out an island. And then pass. I could have closing statemented something there, but I wanted to bury in books instead. I'm not really sure why. I'm just kind of scared of them having a removal spell for this. We'll see what they do. I'm hoping bury in books can disrupt them quite a bit. They've also missed some land drops, so they might just not have much of anything here. Mentor's Guidance could be good. Oh, see, so they had the deal 4, so maybe I should have closing statemented. I want to cast the spell. What am I putting back on top? Probably just the Mavinda. It's the most expensive card. That was a nice draw. And now I can just pass with closing statement up. I kind of hope they have another heated debate, and then I can blow it out with this closing statement. That would be nice. Okay, so they found a land. So presumably their hand is the same as it was last turn, just with one access to one more mana. Attack with both, huh? I guess they can fire breathe this. I'll block the 2/2. Ooh, Defiant Strike. Okay. And pump the Celebrant. Nice. I get everything that I wanted. I guess they could have Shock. Shock here makes me kind of sad. Just another spell. And they get to learn. Huh. Am I just casting this to try to find something to do? I might be. Doomblade. That's probably good enough. Yep. I think I'll just chill. I need to find a creature. I'd like either of my learn spells, please. Or... I hope I don't get blown out by the protection spell. I'm getting blown out by the protection spell. I should have known. They're playing with Vinda, I should have known. Okay, well this is gonna be fine. Oh no, do they have another removal spell? Oh no, they can just cast this for free, can't they? Darn it. Oh no, they still have to pay its cost, so they can't. Phew. They don't have double white, so they can't protect it twice in a row. Okay. Then guess you debate. Oh, they're gonna kill their own thing so I don't gain 2 life? Okay, sure. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Acceptable outcome. I probably just need to kill this. It's tough. Obviously, you don't want to just kill their 2-drop, but I'm at such a low life total, and it can pretty easily trade with my Professor. They've got something here. Am my memory lapsing? This defend the campus. Probably. I don't know. I like the idea of time walking them, basically, right? They didn't do anything last turn. They have to just run it back. Yep, that's fine. That's not fine. Come on, I cast 2 Cultivates this turn. Can I draw some of my non-land spells, please? 5, 6, 7, 8. Apparently not. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. tap that down, play a land, no attacks. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plow? Yeah. Got a block. Yep. Can I afford to scry? I don't even think I can afford to scry. I think I just have to hope to draw. Field trip. Yep, that's not it. Well, that's really unfortunate. Just drew a couple too many lands before we found either of our good spells. Or any of our good spells. We had both of our learned spells and Witherbloom. So what, we had 15 cards left. What was in the bottom 15 of our deck there? We had Rise of Exodus, Approach, Witherbloom. The Woe Eater was still in there. And another Frost Trickster. Yeah. And then the Field Trip, of course. Field Trip would have been the perfect draw because we had enough mana to Field Trip plus Mascot Exhibition, trade off everything. Oh well. Unfortunate that we only ended up with 3 wins with this deck, but we did get 2 Approach of the Second Sun wins, which was pretty fun. I hope you enjoyed this draft. I know I did, even though we only got 3 wins. That was a blast. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.